If you've got a Firestick and you're looking to install ExpressVPN, you're in the right place. It's one of the most popular VPNs for Fire TV devices, thanks to its native app and easy setup process. Unlike some VPNs that require side loading or manual configuration, ExpressVPN is available directly through the Amazon App Store. That means you can download it, sign in, and connect without needing any complicated workarounds. Now, there are a few things worth knowing before you get started. The reason that many people use a VPN on their Firestick is that a VPN can help keep your streaming activity private from your ISP, reduce the chances of ISP throttling, and allow you to connect through servers in different countries when you're traveling. But it's important to remember that a VPN won't magically fix a slow internet connection, and it won't stop Amazon itself from collecting data through your Firestick. So in this video, I'll walk you through exactly how to install ExpressVPN on a Firestick, show you a few settings worth enabling, and cover some common issues you might run into along the way. And just a heads up, I'll include links to everything in the description below. Now, before we jump into the installation process, let's make sure your device is actually compatible. The original first-generation Firestick doesn't support VPN apps, so you'll need at least a second or third-generation Firestick, a Firestick 4K, a Firestick 4K Max, or a Fire TV Cube running FireOS 5 or newer. And one thing worth keeping in mind is that some newer Amazon devices running Vega OS weren't initially supported when they launched. Support has been rolling out, but if you're using one of those devices, it's worth checking the App Store first to confirm ExpressVPN is available. All right, so let's get ExpressVPN installed. From your Firestick home screen, navigate to the search icon. You can either type ExpressVPN using the on-screen keyboard, or simply use the voice search button on your remote. Once you see the official ExpressVPN app appear, select it and choose Download or Get. The installation usually only takes a minute or two. Once it's finished, go ahead and launch the app. Now you'll need to sign in. The easiest method is usually scanning the QR code displayed on your TV screen using your phone. If you're already signed into your ExpressVPN account on your phone, this can save you from having to enter your credentials manually with the remote. Alternatively, you can use the activation code provided through your ExpressVPN account dashboard. After signing in, FireOS will ask for permission to create a VPN connection. Simply select OK to continue. Once that's done, you'll see the main ExpressVPN dashboard. From here, you can simply press the power button to connect using Smart Location, which automatically selects a nearby server that typically delivers the best combination of speed and performance. If you'd rather connect to a specific country, just open the location list and select the server you want. Now, if ExpressVPN doesn't appear in the App Store for some reason, there is another option. You can sideload the application manually. To do that, go to Settings, then My Fire TV, then About. From there, click your device name 7 times to unlock developer options. Next, enable Install Unknown Apps for the downloader application. Once downloader is installed, you can enter ExpressVPN's official APK address and install the application manually. And one thing worth mentioning here is that side-loaded apps don't update automatically, so you'll need to repeat the process whenever a new version is released. Also, only ever download the APK directly from ExpressVPN's official source. Now, once you're connected, there are a couple of settings I'd recommend enabling. First, head into the protocol settings and select Lightway. Lightway is ExpressVPN's proprietary protocol, and it's specifically designed to deliver fast speeds while using fewer system resources. That's particularly useful on streaming devices like Firesticks, which don't have the same processing power as a desktop computer. Next, make sure network lock is enabled. This is ExpressVPN's kill switch feature. If your VPN connection ever drops unexpectedly, network lock prevents your device from reconnecting through your normal internet connection and exposing your real IP address. And if you're planning to stream content from different regions, there's one more thing that's important to know. You see, services like Amazon Prime Video often check both your IP address and your Amazon account region. So if you're using Prime Video, you may need to update your Amazon account country settings through the Content and Devices section of your Amazon account. But for other services like Netflix, Hulu, or Disney+, simply connecting to a server in the appropriate country is usually enough. And if a particular server doesn't work, switching to another server in the same country often solves the problem. Now, a few quick facts about ExpressVPN itself. It operates more than 3,000 servers across 105 countries, uses AES 256 encryption, and runs on RAM-only trusted server technology, which means data is wiped whenever a server reboots. It also supports up to 10 simultaneous device connections on its basic plan, so you can use it on your Firestick alongside your other devices. And long-term plans currently start at around $2.49 per month on the basic 2-year plan. So all in all, installing ExpressVPN on a Firestick is one of the easiest VPN setups you'll find. The native app makes installation straightforward. Lightway performs exceptionally well on streaming devices, and the entire process can usually be completed in just a few minutes. And with that said, I hope this tutorial helped you get everything up and running. If it did, please leave a thumbs thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more VPN tutorials, streaming guides, and privacy tips. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I always enjoy reading through them and answering as many as I can. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.